Thank you, Dr. Amajide. This name gets us, there's one name that does miracles for us. We get our appointments very easily. We get our work done very easily with this particular name. I'd like to call upon our President, Rahul Gandhi.
Thanks, Nishi.
Thank
I wish it was true.
Yeah, oh, it does.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am more than delighted in my capacity as the current AAERI President to welcome you this evening. My name is Rahul Gandhi and I am not from the Congress party though. I'd like to welcome the Chief Guest, Professor Tom Kalma, Chancellor, University of Canberra, Ms. Alice McLean, Director, Student and Graduate Visas, Dr. Amanda Day, Counselor, Education, Australian High Commission, New Delhi, esteemed guests from the Australian education providers, Consul General of India, Ms. Jain, sponsors, AAERI colleagues who have travelled from different parts of India, and friends. This year is a special year for AAERI as we mark our 20th year. While I was a student in Australia 20 years ago, AAERI was conceived and born at the Australian High Commission, New Delhi in the year 1996. AAERI is the brainchild of Professor Tom Kalma, and for any child, the initial 5 years are very significant. It is during these years the child learns how to crawl, walk, and eventually stand on its own feet. It is because of the support of the Australian government and the Australian High Commission. Today, AAERI is a proud Indian association which operates within the framework of Ethos Act of Australia and the AAERI's Code of Ethics within the Indian subcontinent. Today at AAERI, we have 90 plus members with more than 500 offices. 20th year is a time to go down to the memory lane and look back to the past. It also reminds me of the student mugging issues of 2008 and 9. While the Indian media was hostile, we had senior AAERI colleagues, Mr. Ravi Lochan Singh, Mr. Gulshan Kumar, Mr. Naveen Chopra, who did several press conferences across the country and were engaging the students' fraternity. It was during this time they promoted Australia as a study destination also. A few weeks ago, at the AAERI's 20th year celebration in New Delhi, Her Excellency Ms. Harinder Sidhu, the Australian High Commissioner to India, mentioned AAERI as a benchmark in terms of raising professionalism of the services provided to the students, the self-regulation of its members, and the ability to voice the concerns of its members. The video message of the Honourable Minister for Education and Training, Simon Birmingham, to mention AAERI as the valued partner of the Australian government. As AAERI, I guarantee that we will work in the interest of students going to Australia, and at the same time, we will continue to reform which protects and enhances the Australian education ground. For AAERI, Australia is its soul and India is its heart. Currently, there are 4 issues which concerns the industry at large, and I'm just trying to brief in a very short summary. The first issue is related to service tax. Now, this is a complex problem. It's a grey area. Service tax may be applicable, service tax may not be applicable. I am thankful to the committee headed by my colleague, Mr. Babli Johar, AAERI's Vice President, who has been in consultation with various experts and trying to find out the optimum solution in this regard. Second issue, course hopping, which is also known as waka jumping. AAERI is of the view that ESOS Act needs to review the policy on commission payments to onshore agents. In the US, commission payments to onshore agents are banned, and maybe Australia needs to explore in that direction too. A few weeks ago, Australia's leading newspaper, The Australian, too echoed AAERI's concern, and they did share the article of AAERI as the headlines in the higher education edition. The ban on commission payment to onshore agents will protect and safeguard the Australian education export industry, one of the largest and most prospective industries in Australia. Third issue, which I believe is also concerning from a student's point of view, is the role of career services. Australia provides world-class education, and the Australian alumni and the Australian graduates are proud of the Australian education which they receive from this country. Each student brings approximately 25,000 to 60,000 Australian dollars a year in the Australian economy. However, there is a need for the career services to provide realistic services to the international students. International students are interested in knowing the work opportunities back in the home country or maybe in other parts of Asia. There is a need for career services to establish some kind of a links to work opportunities back in their home country. Fourth issue is the guidelines of the Association of Indian Universities. There are some courses offered by overseas education provider which may not be recognized by the Indian government equivalent system. Some examples are master's courses which are of less than 1 year duration or maybe 1 year of duration as such. Second one, the pathway programs, diploma leading to degree courses. AAERI has made submission to the Indian Ministry of HRD to reconsider these guidelines. And I'm thankful to Dr. M.N. Radhe for supporting our efforts. We know you have also been trying very hard, and I think we both are sailing on the same boat. All right, thank you. Moving forward, AAERI will be hosting various webinars related to SSVF and financial requirements with the support of DIBP headquarters in Canberra and your colleagues based in New Delhi. Thank you, ma'am, for your support and encouragement. And those webinars do really add value to the relationship of AAERI, and it eventually enhances AAERI as a brand. These webinars will connect all the AAERI members and all the education providers in Australia. In addition, today, AAERI has formed an AAERI education provider consultative committee, as Ravi has always been mentioning. Do mention it's a consultative committee. The objective of the committee is to work on common issues which are of the interest of the students coming to Australia for further studies, from an agent's point of view, from an AAERI's point of view, and from the AAERI education provider's point of view. This committee would do various submissions to the Australian government, including Department of Immigration and Border Protection, Department of Education, and certainly to Australia. The committee would be meeting every quarter, and I would just like to thank the committee members, which includes my colleague, Mr. Rishen Shekhar, Associate Director, University of South Australia, Mr. Amit Malhotra, Associate Director, La Trobe University, and my colleague Satya Shah, Associate Director, University of Southern Queensland. Today was the first day we met. We are looking to expand the committee, which includes various sectors, including the geographical areas, and I will be in touch with my colleagues and you just to make sure that we represent the right picture of the Australian government. By the 25th AAERI's anniversary, 5 years from now, I'd like to see AAERI as a global brand in promoting Australian education and regulating the agents' fraternity from the Indian subcontinent. AAERI is the only successful model of self-regulation, and other countries such as New Zealand, UK, Canada, US have taken inspirations from AAERI. Before I end, I want to thank and acknowledge the role of Department of Education and Training, Department of Immigration and Border Protection, and Australia for the support and encouragement which AAERI has received for a period of more than 20 years. I also want to thank the sponsors, Study Link, and my colleague at Allianz Insurance, without which we would not have been able to hold this event, because eventually AAERI is a non-profit organization. Right? We can talk, but we don't have funds. So they play a very important role. I want to thank the Honorable Minister for Education and Training, Simon Birmingham, for his views on AAERI's 20th year of journey. The support of Australian government is the most valuable asset for AAERI. I also want to thank Ms. Gabrielle Rowland, Director, University of South Australia, Mr. Rishmi Shekhar, for not only sharing the honest feedbacks to AAERI, but also realizing us our real potential. Right? So today's event is only possible because of these two colleagues of ours. We met them in Denver in May 2016, and we just had a candid chat, and then we decided, and they gave us a feedback that why don't you host such event, and once we get an idea, we get the funds, and there we are. I'm also thankful to my colleagues at the AAERI executives, all the executives, including my Vice President, Mr. Babli Johar, who has been so supportive in coordinating with our sponsors and looking at the overall event. Of course, we have my colleague, Mr. Rupesh Dugal, Mr. Nishida Reddy, who are based in Melbourne. So they are our soldiers in Melbourne. And Ravi is certainly based in Sydney, so he keeps on giving us the guidance from Sydney. We have other colleagues, Rupesh Patel and Kishore, who are based in India, who are the backbone of running as an organization. And before I end, I just want to mention that today also happens to be the birthday of one of our colleagues, Mr. Satya Shah, and he is with us on his birthday. Happy birthday, Satya. Before I end, I just want to wish you all a happy Diwali and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Can I call upon the Consulate General of India, Melbourne, Ms. Manika Jain, please?
Good evening, everyone. A very happy Diwali to all. आप सबको दीपावली की बहुत-बहुत शुभकामनाएं. I also congratulate AAERI on achieving this 20th milestone. Well, though I would not thank you for putting me in this spot, because I wasn't really asked to speak, and it's kind of last-minute decision that they thought that I should say a few words. On this forum, what I can think about is only in terms of education or whatever. What comes to me is more of what students or Indian students face out here. Now, this is a celebratory forum, and I'm sure AAERI members will be knowing what are the some of the problems and travails of the students. And just before the speaker before me, did speak about what AAERI is taking those on board. And AAERI is a good link. It's actually a very good link between the education providers and the education seekers. So the role, of course, I'm sure which you're doing very well, is to see that the interests of education providers and the rules and regulations of this country are properly met with, but also all information, proper information filters down to the students, whereas they are able to get these services of yours to the maximum benefit of their career pathways. A couple of issues I know, Rahul, you had raised. There were a few other issues which I would like to discuss, not here, but otherwise, maybe informally, which students go through while when they come here, and after coming here, there are certain things I think they're not aware of, certain rules, regulations, certain other environmental or you can say stay issues, and especially the career paths available, which somehow they find in a situation which is not a very happy one for them, and which at times results into unhappy situations for, I would say at times for both the governments too. So on that, I would like all the members to reflect on and see where we are as you can say education service providers or even as agents to reach those service providers where we are lacking, and if that can be that area can be slightly plugged in. So I really seen that AAERI would go from whatever it has achieved from this strength to a rather more more befitting strength. With that is my message for today, and again I just wish all the stakeholders a very, very happy Diwali, and thank you for being here and sharing this opportunity and this platform to exchange ideas, new policies, new reforms, and where it will go through. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Can I call my colleague Nirmal Chawla, please?
Thank you, Nishi. I would like to appraise you for Dr. Tom Kalma. Dr. Tom Kalma has been involved in indigenous affairs at a local, state, national, international level, and worked in the public sector for 38 years. From 1995 to 2002, he worked as a senior Australian diplomat in India at Vietnam, representing Australian interest in education training. During his time in India, he also oversaw the management of Australian education international offices in Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka. He has been instrumental in setting up AAERI at that time. Dr. Kalma also served as a senior advisor to Minister of Immigration, Multicultural and Indigenous Affairs in 2003. In 2007, Dr. Kalma was named by the Bulletin magazine as the most influential indigenous person in Australia. In 2008, he was named by GQ magazine a man of inspiration for his indigenous work. Dr. Kalma became the 6th Chancellor of the University of Canberra and the first indigenous male Chancellor of Australian University. His many awards include Order of Australia AO in 2012, ACT Act in the year 2013. He also received honorary doctorates from various universities, which include Charles Darwin University, Curtin University, and Flinders University. Over the 38 years, Dr. Kalma addressed many conferences among communities, religious groups, about indigenous, multicultural, discrimination, and social inclusion issues. Can I welcome Dr. Tom Kalma on the stage, please?